Today haunted her visit a very remote and ancient building that lies at the very edge of England itself, approached from a very long 2,000-year-old trackway and across windswept marshes. The 1,350-year-old stone building stands fiercely like a vengeful sentinel against the elements of nature and the onslaught of time. Fighting a biting North Sea wind, we entered its doorway and into a dimension of time long lost to history and the memory of man. As we were leaving, we left 2 cameras to run inside, with Sean taking his outside. Sean's camera, plus one left near the door, captured this weird E.V.P, which wasn't heard by any group member. The voice sounds Northern English, with another voice telling it to keep quiet. Once outside, we took a break, leaving cameras inside the building to capture even more activity. Later into the investigation, Julie, myself and Dee were examining some service and prayer books near to the main altar when Dee commented that she was feeling cold. In response, this E.V.P was captured on camera.
Oh, it's cold here.
It's cold here, yes.
Oh, it's cold here.
It's cold here, yes. Returned to Squire's Castle in Willoughby Hills, this time with Brandy and her son Christian. It's a pretty dull, overcast day. At the moment we're waiting for a group of about 20 children to clear up from the castle area before we can actually go in there and carry out some kind of an investigation. If you recall last time when we visited with Sean, I actually picked up quite a bit of E.V.P. and I'm pretty sure today, when we go in there together, we should pick up quite a bit of activity within the building. Fortunately, it's still roofed, so the adverse weather shouldn't affect us unduly.
Smell in here that wasn't in here before.
Yeah, I'll pick that up as well. We're just trying to make friendly contact with you. Just felt someone walk past me. Just an impression of someone walking past. On Friday, September the 4th, 2009, I flew over to Ireland in company with team members Sean and Julie to visit in company with my friend Sean Dalton from Dublin a building known as Charleville Forest Castle, which is in fact a mock Gothic 18th century country house reputed to be one of Ireland's most haunted locations. I'll tell you what, let's just sit here. This is the nursery, isn't it?
Yeah. Remember the door. Just be careful with the hinge.
Yeah. Ooh! God, it hits you when you come in here. I'll leave this camera to run up here for a little while, and we can come back for this, can't we? Need a decent. Having found a suitable position to leave a camcorder to run on its own, we left to continue our investigation elsewhere.
Shut that door. What's been happening?
I've got some people who's come out. I've got people coming upstairs.
Yeah?
Actually coming up, following us up. Yeah.
What about on that drop? You've got the camera over looking right down. Is that...
Why is he from here again? Is he from here?
I'm going to take you around that one now, just.
Yeah, I've just got another all coming up. Straight up.
This is where the activity is, and it's down here on the staircase.
Just got one there. The camera went out of focus first, and then it's... There it is again.
Yeah, I just see. Hang on, guys. There's something going on down there. I just see flashes there.
Oh,
You
I've just
put it on
got,
camera.
just got two come right across the...
Yeah, I actually physically saw
There's another
two
one there.
flashes.
See it coming up?
No, I can't see that one. I saw the two flashes down there. It was by the balcony. The rail. Yeah, I should see one over there.
There's another one straight up.
Yeah. I won't tell the others yet that we're back. On camera. Yes. Yes. By the nursery, I think. Jesus.
That scared the crap out of me. Was that the top door?
No, the door's closed. Both myself and Shawnee were quite baffled over how the door came to slam. Of the doors accessible was one into the nursery, whilst the other into what may have been a guest room was in a closed position. A third door leading into more apartments was firmly locked. To my ears, the noise came directly from the guest room, whilst the nursery was open after it was believed to have been left shut earlier. The experience certainly made us both jump, and might account for my bleak reaction. My apologies for swearing, because that put the fear of God into me, and I think that was done deliberately. It was a door slamming right next to me, and yet there are two doors, one that you can see. Oh, it's open now. Jeez. It was actually closed and now it's open, but that wasn't the door that slammed. or if it did slam, how could it have done that, like that? There were no doors that were in an open position to slam like that. In other words, it could be like almost somebody had opened a door and then slammed it forcibly. It wasn't like the wind did it. There isn't much of a draft here anyway. Jeez, that went right through me.
That door there. That door.
Yeah, but that was shut.
No, it wasn't. That was always open. That's what it was. The wind. Shut. That's where the draft is coming from. Feel it? Such a strong.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, that's the crap out of it.
No, that when I came up here, that was in a closed position. So I can't understand. All right, if it was that door, someone must have opened it and then slammed it. That was the feeling that I got. Jesus, it went through me like a razor.
It threw me as well. It made me jump straight off the floor.
Push it in. Oh, look, I've got perfect moving. He's very angry man. There's orbs. I've seen 3 here flashing.
I have them on the camera.
You got those, did you?
They're right in front of you.
Yeah. You can see them.
Flashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then above the doorway. What's wrong with this thing? Look. What?
That's excellent. That is excellent.
I'm not getting worried. I've just aimed this camera down from this position here. Keep an aim further down here, Sean. Down towards the bottom is a doorway, which you can see on there. And I took a series of 3 pictures. In the first picture, I could see a white light reflecting in the background, and I thought, well, it can't be one of my illuminators, because we haven't got one there. And there's no glass there. I took a photograph, and there was this weird white anomaly with another light anomaly above it, which is tinged in blue. Then I took a second photograph, and as I took the photograph, the light reflected off a white object which was standing in a doorway. I thought it to be a presence of a figure, a person, and it was much smaller. Then I took a third picture, and then there was a massive orbs flashing across the back. Sean then came down and took some photographs, but you didn't get anything, did you?
No, nothing at all. Nothing.
That was truly phenomenal, and as you can see from these photographs now, that was certainly a spiritual anomaly that made its presence to us. But to actually see this camera flashing and reflecting off a white object, which turned out to be these light anomalies, was weird, and it's the first time it's happened to me. Very, very strange. Look at this, look.
In our excitement over the capture of these strange images, we were not alone in their examination and comment.
as we heard later when the videotape was processed for E.V.P.
When you look at it, that's blue. That's blue.
That's cool. That's cool.
Normally does ectoplasmic energy, but that is unique. Prior to capturing these ore pictures, these fantastic anomalies by the doorway, there was the regulatory bat flying around again. But as soon as that started, the bat has disappeared completely. There's no sign of the bat whatsoever. Now I find that very strange, because since we've been here tonight, we've had one bat following us around, haven't we?
Sorry, Chris, he's flying around you now.
Oh, he's back?
He's back, yeah.
Oh, right, I won't use that then. Thank you. It's all a bit weird here, don't you find?
Yeah, it's a bit strange, alright.
Even stranger is this bat-like anomaly gliding across the floor towards the door. Is this strange anomaly the bat, gliding from the left and disappearing into the ceiling?
There's lots up in the roof.
Yeah, that's where I could see all the activity up here earlier. And the rafters, it's certainly very active. Just heard someone rattling on the door.
The door is locked into position by a very tight latch that, when closed, cannot allow any movement that would allow any person to rattle it. Therefore, I was unfazed by the experience, as I knew no human contact had caused this movement. The sound I deduced was actually E.V.P. from probably a much earlier and less secure door. Worse still, the negative one had returned, and we all experienced unease, and in my case, my legs felt they had turned to jelly. It was therefore decided that we had outstayed our welcome, and we left the church.